Connecticut City took the lead in the fourth and held on until the end. Ryan Clark claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com. The game's future stars are on display. So here is Scott Heineman. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Fellas, you take a look at our homestanding ball club as they come into this one tonight. They're on a great run of late as they come in winners of 7 of their last 9 games.
Yeah, Matty, this place is buzzing right now. This team won the opener of the series yesterday, and they're looking to step on this team's throat and take the first 2 games of this series. Put that in the memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Scott Heineman is retired to lead off the ball game. Errol Robinson stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. 1-1.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
Hey, we got one here.
The 1-1 home. Is a fastball that misses. To 2-2 now. Popped him up. Shales has a play. And he makes the catch for the second out. Now it'll be Dwight Smith Jr. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Taken but called a strike. And it's quickly 0-2. Holds off on the palm ball, I believe, and it's 1-2. Hit on the ground out to short. He's got it. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. Nothing doing here in the opening half inning. So it's on to the bottom of inning number 1. No score. Striding in is Jose Garcia. He had a couple of hits in that ball game last night. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. And there's ball 1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
Long run for the center fielder. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Next to dig in, Matt Thurston. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch for the second out.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Alfredo Rodriguez.
At the plate now, Alfredo Rodriguez, as he can't catch up on a fastball at the letters, and it's strike 1. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Strike 2 called on the inner half. 0-2 now.
Hey, this is an amazing inning right here. Attacking the zone, keeping his defense invested. Chance to get off the field super quick.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0. And now Juan Martinez. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only 1 score.
Juan Martinez.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Down the left field line and deep.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 9.
Got one down now.
Nick
One down.
Hamill.
That brings up Nick Hamill. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
The MO of this pitcher in the early going is certainly establishing the inside part of the plate. He has been dominant. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat if a guy can effectively, consistently pitch inside like he is.
Full count, 3-2. And it's fouled away. The next 3-2. And, whoa, awfully close, but it's ball 4, according to Woody Keller.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
First pitch of the AB now. Strike taken to throw. It bounces, but he's out. Nice play there to pick the throw and put the tag on quickly.
Well, he showed a lot of patience to work out that walk, but it got erased pretty quickly. Always hate to give outs away on the base pass, especially when you've gotten on base for free.
There's strike 2 as it catches the outside corner. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0. And stepping in, Scott Heineman struck out in his first at-bat. And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Errol Robinson comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Pulled high in the air out to left field. He'll take this in without much trouble, and 2 are gone here to start the 4th. Next up is Dwight Smith Jr. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
There's another pitch for a strike, and
We'll leave it right there as he strikes out, and that ends the inning. So they go quietly here in this half inning. Now to bat, Jose Garcia. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
The old adage, pitching and defense have been stellar so far. They've certainly kept both offenses in check.
First pitch on the way. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. Tough to do much with that one. A swing and a miss.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
Ready with another 0-2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Fouled off. On a good curveball, gets him swinging for route number 1.
He's racking up a fair amount of strikeouts now out there. That's 6 to this point. So he's got good stuff, and he's fooling a lot of these hitters.
Standing in now, Matt Thurston, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. 50th pitch of the game on its way. Fooled with the curveball there, and it's strike 2.
Late swing on that curveball right there to run the count 0-2. Don't think he recognized that one too well.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Digging in next, Alfredo Rodriguez, trying to avoid becoming the 3rd strikeout victim of the inning here. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. The pitch. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. So stepping in is Juan Martinez, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Popped him up. And there's the first out. So now into the box is Nick Hamill. Worked a walk his first time up. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Fields is camped under this one, and he's got it for out number 2. Next, it'll be Johnny Knight. He went down looking in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
Slow curveball at 74, in for a strike. And he takes a cold strike up and out over the plate. 0-2.
You know, I think that curveball on the previous pitch had him thinking about getting another one, because there's no reason he shouldn't have had a big rip at that fastball. That was right in every hitter's happy zone.
And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown, as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home. That brings up Scott Heineman. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Another 0-2 coming. And that is going to be their first hit as this is into center field for a solid single. At the plate, Errol Robinson, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. And he won't bite on the palm ball in the dirt for a ball. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2. Pitch popped up. Garcia has room in foul territory. 1 away. Next to stand in is Dwight Smith Jr. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Pitch misses low. The throw down. The throw is low, and he can't make the pick. Well, the offense has been in short supply here tonight, so maybe that bag was aimed at finding another way to generate some runs.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Nettie. The ball isn't carrying well tonight, and we haven't seen any home runs, so sometimes you have to try for something else. Now, with seeing a single could be all it takes to push a run across.
Man, this guy's had their number all game long. Up, down, in and out. He's pitching very well.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Morrow is there. 2 gone. Next up, Jose Garcia. He flew out his first time around and then was a strikeout victim most recently. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Hit softly down the line at first. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. So now to the plate, Matt Thurston struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Cutting it close here, but he comes through in the 8th to extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he was staring at it.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball these days. Both of these pitchers pitched awfully well. It's a shame one of them had to lose this game.
And that 1 run held up tonight. 1-0 the final. The Lookouts came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Vladimir Gutierrez gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. Tristan Random is settled with a loss after giving up only 1 earned.
They left 9 runners on base.
Welcome to MLB The Show in this presentation of minor league baseball. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series between the Chattanooga Look. We've got baseball on the show. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Tristan Random. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. The throw pulls him off the bag. Now at the plate is Gary Morrow. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here comes the 1-2. Is swung on and missed. He got him.
Wow, that's awfully impressive right there. The pitch before was really close. Called the ball. What does he do? He comes back with a better pitch and gets the punch out.
The 3-1. And he misses with it. Ball 4. So that'll load the bases. And now he's really going to need to get a ground ball. Now at the plate, Ryan Howard singled in his last at-bat. The 1-2. Had him lunging for that one as he sends a little ground ball out in front of the mound. They get the force at the plate. Relay to first is too late, so no double play, but no run scores. So here's the cleanup hitter, Brian Shales. Bases are loaded, so he's looking to get his guys right back into this one. This is on the ground over to first. Scooped up. Throw on to first, and they'll escape the danger created by the error. The inning is over. Striding forward now is the DH, Tristan Random. Into right field. That's a base hit.
Dan, that can't bother you too much as a pitcher. Guy swinging first pitch.
Now, one of the things you want to do, D-Rose, you have to try to get ahead with the first pitch. You want to throw one of the first two pitches for strikes. Unfortunately, sometimes when you bring the ball in the strike zone, you're bound to give up some base hits, but hopefully he can minimize the damage here.
And that misses ball 4, so it's first and second now with only one away. Next, it'll be Cole Sturgeon. It was a walk in his last trip. 3-2 pitch. And he misses with that one, ball 4, and that's going to load the bases now with still only one away.
The batter, number 9.
So next to bat will be Ryan Howard. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. A bouncer to the left side. He'll throw home with it. They get the force at the plate, but one's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue. Up next, Tristan Random. Now here's the first offering. Hit on the ground out to short. Reined in. And how about that right out of the bullpen? A ground ball on one pitch, and the inning is over. And now here is Tristan Random, grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Well, in hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay in the game and finish this thing.
It's easy to forget sometimes how challenging it is for any prospect to make it all the way to the major leagues. Sean Casey is with me today. Case, what are some of the challenges that fans might not understand from the outside?
A coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Pensacola Blue Wahoos and the Rocket City Trash Pandas. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Cesar Fabregas will be on the mound for the series opener. What's your take on him, Dan?
This guy has 3 pitches that he brings into his mix. And if he has all of them working, he has a chance to be really solid.
Next to hit, Tristan Random. comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Swing and a liner. But he will run this one down in right center. A tough L9, and the inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors. Now at the plate, here is Tristan Random. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit out towards second. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Now to the plate, Tristan Random. He bounced out last time up. He's set. Here it comes. Hit out towards second. And that is through into right field for a single. Digging in will be Gary Morrow.
The center fielder, number 34.
The set and the 1-1 pitch. Grounded weakly down the line toward third. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. Justin Upton the next to hit. Last time through was a base hit. Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away. At the plate now is Tristan Random. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. First offering on its way. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And that's out number 1. Next to hit is Tristan Random. A 2-out hit'd win it. Pass ball or wild pitch would do the trick just as well. Here's the first pitch. On the ground to the right side. He'll get to this one deep in the hole. Throw on to first, and we are going to the 11th inning. Now into the box, Gary Morrow. A base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
And this is taken for ball 4. So just like that, the tying runs aboard to start the home half. Comes set with the 0-1. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. Throw to first, not in time. So now everybody's safe. So the next to bat will be Vinny Tavares. Potential tying run for him at third base. A bouncer up the middle. Arroyo brings it in. To second for 1. Back to first, so they get the double play, but the run does come in to score. And now in the box, Tristan Random. He bats with 2 outs and the winning run at second. Here's the first pitch. This one's flared out toward left. Arroyo onto the grass. He's got it as the winning run is stranded. Into the box, Gary Morrow, and he's got a chance to bring in the winning run. The question is whether they'll even pitch to him. And that misses here, ball 4, and of all things, it's a leadoff walk that puts the winning run on base to start the bottom half. Big at-bat now, and here is Cole Sturgeon. The winning run stands at second base. Got him on the good slider there, swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
The batter, number 3.
Stepping up is Vinny Tavares. The winning run at second, however, the double play in order here. He's got it to second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Christian Arroyo. Hard hit at third. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Chance to walk it off, and now here is Tristan Random, and a chance they walk him here to set up a double play that would keep the game tied. Lifted the other way to left center. On the move is Upton. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
For the victorious Tstashe, 9 runs on 15 hits. No errors. They left a boatload of runners on base.
The game's future stars are on. So next to hit is Tristan Random. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. And that's a fair ball, lined to the right side. Running hard, he's digging for second. And he'll pull into second with 1 away. Next, here is Roman Fields. Drew a base on balls his first time up. And that misses, ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning. Stepping in next, Cole Sturgeon, batting 300 for the series, 3 for 10. Here now the 2-2. Oh, double play ball to second. 4, 6, 3. It's a double play and the inning is over. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors and a man left on. Next will be the designated hitter, Tristan Random. He doubled his last time up.
Yeah, he jumped all over that first pitch last time up. Interested to see.
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the 3rd out. Now to the plate, here is Tristan Random. From the stretch. Drilled to the right side. And that's by him into right field for a base hit. And they won't risk it at 3rd, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away. So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Roman Fields grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Got him to go down swinging there. Roman Fields becomes out number 2 this inning. A swing and a ground ball to 3rd. Scooped up, and the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. Stepping in once again is Tristan Random. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. He's set and the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And quickly there's 1 down to lead off the frame. Tonight's ball game comes to a close, 3-1 the final. In. Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Tonight, the first of this 3-game. Pensacola have lost their last. So stepping in is Albert Guerrero. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the 1st. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Fellas, our visiting team as they take the field after a scoreless top half. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Quick turnaround after a short little homestand, Matty. 4-2, though. They played well, taking 4 out of the 6 games they had to in front of the home crowd. They walk into this environment on the road today looking to set the tone for this road trip.
And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. Pablo Benitez waits on deck. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. First pitch on its way, and he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And he'll squeeze this one for the second out. Ready now is Jesus Sanchez. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only 1 score. In there, strike 1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. And the pitch. Now a ball lined hard toward right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with 2 outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Griffin Conine is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
Count is 1-2 now. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And this is going to work out for him. It's a base hit. And not in time as the run scores.
Hey, this team's been in a pretty bad funk, D-Roll. They've had a difficult time scoring and winning any game, so to strike early, that RBI single right there is awfully big. Yeah, and hopefully the pitcher's able to breathe a sigh of relief, Dan, like you say all the time. Give me some early runs and let me relax and attack the zone.
I've always said, D-Roll, you score me 6 runs, I'm going to win a lot of games.
Fouled away. The 1-2. High in the air down the right field line. Fields gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. Pensacolo's out in front here, 1-0. Set to get his evening at the plate started. Lewis Brinson trying to get it going at the plate. It's been tough sledding for him so far this year. First pitch on the way.
Yeah, I get it. They want to run this guy's pitch count up, but that was a pretty good pitch to hit. He might be kicking himself that he didn't swing at that one.
Behind 0-2 now. Palm ball got him, 1 gone. So here is David Downs. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Hey, you got one.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Count now a ball and a strike. The 1-1 home. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
Hey, get him yourself right here. Let's go.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Boy, that thing's moving pretty good. 2 gone.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Mackenzie Taylor is at the plate as he watches ball 1. Hit on the ground to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. Leading off the inning, it'll be Adam McRae as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. Strike one to start the at-bat. The windup and the 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control 0-2. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
If I'm in the box, you take a step out right here. Take a deep breath after that high fastball. You got to be leery of him burying something in the dirt.
So the breaking ball locked him up there. Adam McRae is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. Albert Guerrero will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And that misses 1-1. Hit on the ground to third. He's got it. And that's the second out. So now here is Pablo Benitez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And they start him with one high and away for ball one.
2 outs, nobody on, but a base runner here feels like it would really change the complexion of the inning.
Big spot right here, middle of the order.
And the center fielder is under it to make the catch, and the inning is over. Striding in is Jesus Sanchez.
Leading up for the Blue Wahoo.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Now the 1-0. Misses off the plate.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
And it's fouled away.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now. Line drive, base hit to right. So now to the plate, Griffin Conine. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low, it's ball one. He collected a base hit his first time up. Ball two now.
He's going to have a talk with the umpire after this half inning, because if he's not going to get those calls, he's got to come a little bit more over the heart of the plate, and that usually means damage done.
2-2. Fourth inning of a 2-1 ball game. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
That elevated fastball right there, that is the biggest change in the game today for me. When I first came up, a lot of guys working that Greg Maddux east to west.
2-1 the count. From the belt, the pitch. Swung on and missed. That's strike two.
When a pitcher puts you in the proverbial rocking chair like he's doing right now, you have to take a deep breath. You can't start trying to guess along with him. Trust your fundamentals and stay on that fastball.
3-2 the count to Arroyo. On a line to shortstop. And it got there so quickly the runner didn't get very far from the bag. They settle with just the one out. And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And this is high, a ball and a strike. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Now it'll be David Downs. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Good pitch there. Had him a little out in front.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on. And if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
So he punches him out looking at the fastball. David Downs is retired for the first out in the bottom half of the fifth. Left fielder giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. And now Adam McRae. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Maybe a favorable call there, taken for a strike. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. Timing just to tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. And it's 1-2.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit on the ground to third. Right to him. Throw to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. So they're held in check here this bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Albert Guerrero. And this is low, ball 1. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
That's a pretty sad attempt at hitting a baseball right there. No doubt he was completely fooled because that was a curveball, and it looked like he was late on a curveball. That tells me he gave up on it right till the very end, and obviously there was nothing he could do at that point.
0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it. 1-2. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Pretty impressive back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. What's even more important is now he gets to face the middle of the order without anybody on base for them to drive in.
Jesus Sanchez is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Adam Hoffackett will take over on the mound to start.
Yeah, and they just keep on keeping on. Got a nice little run going here, winning 4 in a row and playing with a lot of confidence. Success is never guaranteed in this game, so you have to appreciate it when it comes.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air. Vic Romaker will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA, and it's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. One good game, one bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. The throw to third. But too late, and he's safe at third. That's a big at-bat from the bottom of the order.
Yeah, Matty, right there. Worked himself into a nice situation. Got on base right there. Now 1st and 3rd. Rolls the lineup over. Top of the order is licking its chops.
Oh, and they've got him picked off. Thought about going for second, but instead now they've got him in a pickle. And they'll tag him out in the rundown. Now to bat, Tristan Random. He singled in his first AB. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And this is taken in by Upton for the first out. Next to dig in, Tristan Random. He flew out in his last AB. From the stretch, hit in the air out to center field. Taylor is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Next up is Tristan Random. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. Here's the first pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Conine is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Gary Morrow flew out last time up.
And with his speed, he's one of those rare guys who you'd actually like to see keep the ball on the ground. You can't beat out a fly ball in this game.
And it's a productive first out as that runner's able to advance 90 feet up to third here. Digging in next, Cole Sturgeon. And clearly this is a critical moment in this ball game. Go-ahead run at third with 1 away. Swing and a fly ball, but shallow. And that's not going to do it. Upton has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And the runner stuck in a pickle between third base and home. The tag at third, and they got him. A double play, and very quickly here, the side is...
Fans are battle on first for the victorious Blue Wahoo. 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 19 runners on base.
The game's future stars are... So now into the box is Tristan Random. Now the first pitch. Oh, and he misses it. Flips it behind his back. Over to first, and that retires the side. Next, it'll be Tristan Random. First pitch on the way. And here's a ball hit in the air. After it is Upton. And no one will track it down. The windup and the 0-1. Hit down the line at first, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on. And if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
On a line, that's a base hit.
Hey, guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on it.
And stepping in, Gary Morrow. He flew out in his last AB. I got him lunging that time as he pushes one on the ground to second. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Next to stand in is Tristan Random, singled in his last at-bat. First pitch of the AB on its way. High in the air out to center field.
Waiting on it is Brinson.
1 down.
Well, this one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end, these guys...
Conclusion. Some of baseball's future
He's out. 3. Ball 4. 3. He's safe.
Next up, Tristan Random. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Liner toward right center, and he won't get it as that's down for a base hit. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Boy, talking about coming up with a big knock. After that pop-up, it looked like the inning was potentially over. Big 2-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, you watch your teammate in front of you miss his pitch. He got a nice pitch to hit right there and pops it up. You could tell.
We'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. So now to the plate, Nick Livingston. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third. Oh, and he takes his eye off it here, and it goes right past him. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. Now at the plate, Samir Duenas. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The first baseman.
This is hit softly to third. And this will be no problem over at third, and there's the first out. Now at the plate is Tristan Random. He singled first time up.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave them.
On to first, and they get them both. So next to bat will be Tristan Random. He's set. Here it comes. Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Livingston will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. Up next, Tristan Random. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Looking to minimize the damage here. And a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. Next, it'll be Tristan Random. He's got 1 hit in 4 at-bats. From the stretch. Back up the middle. 1 there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out. And now here is Gilberto Caballero. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Here now the 2-2. Hit to third. Scooped up. On to first, and they're an out away. 2 gone here in the 9th.
Good job there to slam the door for the win, and they finished the month with a bang, just the way you want to.
This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4, the final tally. The Rocket City Trash Pandas rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. It's time for minor league baseball now as the show. Blake Battenfield, a right-hander from the Sooner State, gets the starting assignment here. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, one of the things this guy does really well, neutralize the left-handed hitters. On the season, lefties are hitting under 250 against this guy, so whatever he's doing against lefties, it certainly works.
Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And the run is in to score from third. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Striding forward now is the DH, Tristan Random, trying to bring in the tying run from third here. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Center fielder giving chase. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And this will get into the books as a sac fly and an RBI, and we are tied at 2.
Got his job done.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Tristan Random. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. Well, right back at him, and it hit him. But they'll get the out at first anyway. And that rather bizarrely. Now at the plate, here is Tristan Random. He bounced out last time up. Line drive, base hit to right. Next to hit, Jared Libby grounded out in his last at-bat. From the stretch, the 1-2. Hit out towards second. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. And that's going to move that go-ahead run to second now with 2 gone.
That was actually a well-executed fastball in off the plate. Credit the offensive player. He smelled that coming, turned and burned.
Liner towards second, but right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. Digging in will be Tristan Random, singled in his last at-bat. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Swinging a hard liner to center field. And he delivers with 2 outs in the 9th. It's a base hit. And a big RBI there as the run scores to make this a 2-run game now.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So disaster strikes. This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4, the final tally. The Rocket City Trash Pandas came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Junior Guerra claims the win out of the pen, his first. Edgar Alaniz wraps it up for the save, his 9th of the year.
On 10 hits, 1 error. They left 15 men on base.
Minor League Baseball is live. Now to the plate, Raul Salinas. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And that misses, ball 1. Well, you take a look at our visiting club as they take the field tonight. They've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty, both the first 2 games of this series have been nail-biters, but they've been able to find a way to win. And if you're going to the postseason, you need to be good in 1-run games.
No doubt about it, D-Row. They always say, hey, it's easy to win those blowout games, games that get out of hand. But there have been 2 nail-biters so far in this one. They've won both, and they'd like nothing more to continue their winning ways and win this one here today.
Slow roller left side. Reined in. And quickly, there are 2 away. At the plate now is Samir Duenas. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. A ball and a strike.
Great pitch right there. That is a huge breaking ball. Not shocked he took it. Got to calibrate that one for a second.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
When a pitcher puts you in the proverbial rocking chair like he's doing right now, you have to take a deep breath. You can't start trying to guess along with him. Trust your fundamentals and stay on that fastball.
And a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. We've played an inning, still. So here's the cleanup hitter, Taekwon Forbes. Last night was a good one for him as he turned in a 4-for-5 effort. No balls and a strike to count. Fouled off. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out.
That's a pretty sad attempt at hitting a baseball right there. No doubt he was completely fooled because that was a curveball, and it looked like he was late on a curveball. That tells me he gave up on it right till the very end, and obviously there was nothing he could do at that point.
Palm ball, and he jumps ahead there, 0-2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Laz Rivera becomes out number 2 this inning. Zach Remillard is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. Lifted down the line in left. Krizan gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. And that'll bring up Nick Livingston. He's 2 for 7 in the series so far. A ball and no strikes.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Got himself a 2-0 fastball there, but he couldn't connect. 2-1.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower right there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just a little under that.
And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Ronnie Freeman is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the 2-0 home. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. The 2-1 home. To short. He's got it. And there are 2 away now. Now into the box, Mariano Reyna, and he is proving to be something of a non-threat with a bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Got him swinging, and that's the 3rd out. Make it 9 straight here to start the ball. And now in the box, Raul Salinas flew out last time up. First pitch curveball swung on and missed. Strike 1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
Oh, you have to love it. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Raul Salinas becomes the first out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Popped him up. Shales in foul ground makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. So the next to bat will be Samir Duenas. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. No balls and 1 strike. Missed low and inside with it. 1-1. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed.
We'll leave it right there as he strikes out, and that ends the inning. Can't start any better than this. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Taekwon Forbes is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Next to hit is Laz Rivera. Struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Stepping up is Zach Remillard. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. 2 out, nobody on. Fastball called for strike 2.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2.
And we'll just leave it there as they make the play to end the inning. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Nick Livingston. Strike taken up in the zone.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. And this is taken in for out number 1. So next to hit is Ronnie Freeman. He bounced out last time up. In there, no balls and a strike.
You know, a lot of guys don't like to swing at the first pitch. That might be the case with this one right here. Took a wheelhouse fastball, 0-0 center cut. Didn't even give the impression he was swinging.
Swing and a miss. Boy, that thing's moving pretty good. 2 gone. Into the box, Mariano Reyna. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. And he pulled up in time, but it's a cold strike 2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he pops it up. Connor in foul ground, and no one will get this one. And another foul ball. Now another 1-2. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him, so we'll see what pitch he comes with next.
And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. A dive, but it's off his glove. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Wow, I was starting to wonder if we had to go on no-hit alert, Dan. I know you were privy to that. 6th inning right here, they finally break through with their first hit of the game.
And you have to wonder, D-Row, this guy had been cruising all along going into this 6th inning. We'll see if he can be able to buckle down right here. The 6th and 7th innings are normally the toughest inning for a starting pitcher, so we'll see if he can minimize the damage now.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Stepping in once again is Gilberto Caballero. Popped into foul ground his last time up. This one's down to 3rd. Fielded cleanly. And there's 1 away. Next, here is Samir Duenas. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Lifted the other way to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Taekwon Forbes. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1.
I'm absolutely shocked he took that pitch right there. Right in the wheelhouse, low 90s heater. That's one you gotta let go on.
And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Laz Rivera. Palm ball in there, strike 1. Fouled away. 0-2, here it comes. Hit on the ground to 3rd. Scooped up. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at 1st as they record the out. Stepping in next, Zach Remillard. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. Around 2nd. He's on his way to 3rd. The relay throw, and he'll make it to 3rd base safely with only 1 out as the go-ahead run.
Wow, that game flew by, but that's what happens when you get a well-pitched 1-run game. Both hurlers battled, and it's almost a shame somebody had to lose this one.
The game's future stars are on display. Adonis Medina, the right-handed. Now to the plate, here is Tristan Random. Swing and a shot toward right center. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. And he'll reach second now with one away.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
Left fielder giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out. Ready now is Gary Morrow, runner in scoring position with Sugan. And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work. So stepping in is Ryan Howard. He flew out in his last debut. And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away. Well, Dan, do you agree with the timing of the visit from the pitching coach?
Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with him. Don't like to see that in the second inning, but once he makes sure he's okay physically, I'm sure it'll be just words of encouragement the rest of the way.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Felipe Garcia, and we'll see what he can do here after going deep his first time up. Skied into straightaway right. Salinas is there as he makes the catch, and they'll. Next will be the designated hitter, Tristan Random. He doubled his last time up.
Yeah, give me a repeat performance of that last double. With a man on first right now, let him run and get you a ribby.
That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Vinny Tavares, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw it where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
The center fielder, number 30.
So here is Gary Morrow. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Well, I have to give credit to him on the mound for not letting that previous pitch get to him. He wanted it, but he didn't get the call. But I love how he didn't let it affect him, and he comes right back with another good pitch and gets the punch out.
On the ground to third. He's right there. And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. Striding in is Tristan Random, singled in his last at-bat. Hit hard on the ground to the right, and that is going to sneak on through into right. It's a 1-out single.
Hey, not a bad way to start the nightcap. 3 at-bats, 3 base hits, D-Row.
Yeah, the pressure falls off you after you go 1 for 1. 2 for 2, all smiles. 3 for 3, get the party started.
Heading out towards shallow right. Salinas is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Now it'll be Gary Morrow, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over. So no runs on a hit here. So now here is Tristan Random, and their runners at the corners now. Here's the first pitch. Now a fly ball, but far too shallow to get that run in. Livingston has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner.
4 wins in a row for these guys, and I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about themselves. We'll see how long they can keep this up.
3-2, the finish in tonight's game.
No errors. They left 12 men on base.
Welcome to MLB The Show in this presentation. Now to bat, Tristan Random. set and the pitch. Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. Salinas is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. And now Tristan Random. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Right side, but it's well foul. The 0-1 offering. Grounded softly to the right. He's got it. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. Next to dig in, Tristan Random. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. A bullet to first base. And the runner gets back. No double play. Digging in next, Las Rivera. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. And he is in there. So now into the box is Tristan Random, trying here to plate the tying run from second. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a line drive. And a dive, but it rattles in and out of the glove. Tying run headed home. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. Oh, and the tag will get him at the plate as the potential tying run is cut down trying to score.
Well, this is going to be one of those plays to look back on and talk about when this one's over, boys, especially if they end up losing. I can't blame them for trying to tie it up, but losing that runner at 3rd base has got to stay.
That's in there. Base hit. He'll come home with it. And he'll be tagged out at the plate. Trying to tie the ball game, but instead he becomes out number 2 now. Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Will Carter gets the win in relief, his second of the
manager draws attention to a telling defensive stat.
It's time for minor league baseball now as the
3, 4, 4, take the base.
and stepping in, Tristan Random, and he'll start out their half of the third, top of the order to follow. High fly ball out to straightaway center. One away here to begin the third. Next, it'll be Tristan Random, 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
All right, this is your pitch, right here, right here.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Right side, but it's well foul. Barreto at second. Huffman on at first with 2 down. Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul.
I think for every player, for every former player, that swing right there is the reason we need to extend the netting without question.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And that'll score the run from second as they jump in front now, 2-1. Next up is Gary Morrow. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Hit on the ground to third. Reined in. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. Next to stand in is Tristan Random. He delivered an RBI single in his last trip.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
Always nice to get the first game of a series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. It seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and 13 runners left on base.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the... Eric Ullman is on the mound for game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, it wasn't a great performance in his last start, but he did pitch well enough to earn the win. We'll see if he can turn in a little bit better performance in this one.
Guys, you take a look at our visiting club as they enter play here this evening. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact, they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, guys, yesterday's loss was a tough one. A 1-run loss. Hopefully they were able to just acclimate themselves to the city, get a chance to hit the streets, maybe regroup a little bit, and show up today ready to go.
Jose Gutierrez comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Down the left field line and deep. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. Next up, Chase Strumpf looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 2 out, nobody on. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. And, oh, he missed a home run by a matter of feet. It's off the wall. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with 2 outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Have to find a way to get that guy home from second now. Never know how important these early runs can be.
A ball and 2 strikes. Started to go around, but it's a called 3rd strike anyway, and that will... Now at the plate, Eddie Martinez, as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball, 1-1. Pitch on the way. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Popped up. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. The next 1-2 pitch. And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out. So now to the plate, Connor Myers, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Swing and a line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And now it'll kick around in the corner. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
Well, you look at his numbers, and there's no doubt he's faring much better against lefties, hitting better than 400 against them this season. And when you see swings like this, you can see why.
Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. Still without a home run and 11 RBIs. So next to bat will be Preston Page. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. 0-1 the count. And it's fouled away.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man. Set to get his evening at the plate started. Christian Donahue trying to get it going at the plate. It's been tough sledding for him so far this year. The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Into the windup and the pitch. This is popped up. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. No offer at the curve that time, and it's knotted up at 2-2.
Wanted to get the front door curveball on the inside corner there, but it backed up a little and stayed off the corner.
Palm ball got him, 1 gone. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Pablo Navarro. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And a swing and a miss, and another punch out here, 6 already, and that's out number 2.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Jose Gutierrez is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th, and set to go is the second baseman, Chase Strumpf.
Second baseman.
And a ball, 1-0. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. The 1-2. Now here's a line drive that'll make it out into left center, and he's going to have himself a leadoff single. Stepping in now, Roger Lawson, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he misses again, 2-0. High in the air down the right field line. Sturgeon will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Up next, Eddie Martinez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Strumpf leads off first with 1 away. A ball and a strike.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
In there, a base hit. In now, Connor Myers, as he comes up empty on a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. Fouled off. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. First and second now, one man out. And he fouls this one off. Now a curveball misses inside.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game. Now at the plate is Fisher Asuncion, grounded out in his last at bat. As he will swing and miss on a fastball on the outer half, it's strike one. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. And he chases one up the ladder as he hits a high fly ball out to straightaway center. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Preston Page. A ball and no strikes. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. And the pitch. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball.
Hey, that's just a nice get-me-over curveball there to steal a strike. I don't think he was looking for that one.
The 2-2 one more time.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
And he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game. Now here's the first offering. Christian Donahue is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one.
That elevated fastball right there, that is the biggest change in the game today for me. When I first came up, a lot of guys working that Greg Maddux east to west.
And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Pablo Navarro. 2 outs already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better. No balls and a strike to count. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side is retired. Nothing doing here this half. Digging in, the switch hitter, Jose Gutierrez. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Ball 2.
A couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself at a good hitter's count.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Hey, this guy's done a better job than expected. He's made some bad pitches in the strike zone, but so far he hasn't gotten hurt by him.
Swing and a flare down the line. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, sometimes that's how a rally gets started right there. I know it's a soft liner, but leadoff man on usually poses problems.
At the plate now, Chase Strumpf. No balls and 1 strike. Behind 0-2 now.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
1-1 the count. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball? great job on the mound using the curveball to set up the heater.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
He's under it, and that ends the inning. One hit, one left. Casey Bowling gets the call from the pen to take the...
Fans are final line score. First for the victorious Smokies. 3 runs on 10 hits. 2 errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Trash Panthers, 2 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 19 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
The game's future stars are on. So stepping in is Pablo Navarro. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Fastball. Ball off the plate away. 10-4, the final in this game. The Smokies led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Kevin Herget takes the win on the mound. On his way. Welcome to MLB The Show.
Three.
Next, it'll be Tristan Random. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. On the ground, softly towards second. Scooped up. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. Striding forward now is the DH, Tristan Random. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First delivery to him. Line to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning. And now here is Jared Libby. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number 1.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire, but what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
The 1-1 home. High chopper to third. Speared on the dive. There's one. Oh, but he beats it out. Now at the plate, here is Tristan Random. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Weak grounder down the first baseline. Fielded cleanly, and he'll just make the tag himself, and the inning is over. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Tristan Random. He bounced out last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. But baseball's a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
Yeah, and you've got to ride these streaks as long as you possibly can, and he's doing that coming in right here. Came into this game on fire with the stick, and he's doing that here.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the changeup, El Cambio. Listen, if you can keep that pitch in your back pocket and pull it out when you need it, like he did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. 9th inning coming up. The Trash Pandas on top, 5-0.
Well, there's no doubt they've looked pretty inept the last 5 games. But they got the monkey off their back here with the win and are hoping to build on that now.
A 5-0 finish tonight. Rocket City jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Dylan Peters gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshow.com. Some of baseball's future stars will be on display as the show. set to get his evening at the plate started. Jose Gutierrez comes in hitting just a hair below 300 this season. Here's a high pop-up. And this is taken in for the second out. Now to the plate, Tristan Random. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. And now the first pitch. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
And he'll step on first himself for the digging in will be Tristan Random. Grounded out in his last at bat. Swing and a liner, but this is foul for the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2 in just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Swing and a liner. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow. At the plate now is Tristan Random.
Third baseman, Tristan Random.
First pitch on the way. Pretty well hit deep down the line in right, but that's back into the seats. Foul. Into right field. That's a base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tucked, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through. These guys on defense are still within striking distance, but after that walk, one swing of the bat could really blow this thing wide open.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Right fielder giving chase. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score. And he's safe.
Hey, every pitcher likes to have some runs scored for him, but particularly when you're throwing as well as he is tonight, and he gets another insurance run on top of it.
And there he goes towards second. In there. Now the throw is going to be far too late. That's a stolen base. Next to hit, Ryan Howard is working on a 1 for 3 thus far. He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, no error. So here's the cleanup hitter, Eddie Martinez. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Grounded weakly toward third. Reined in. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors in 2 minutes. Tonight's ball game comes to a close, 3-1 the final. Rocket City took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Anthony Shue notches it. For Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the The race for the division continues to heat up. Javier, a right-handed. Now into the box, Tristan Random. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Scooped up. And on one pitch, he's retired. And now in the box, Tristan Random comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him. One pitch on its way. Good curveball there, gets the swing and miss. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
He's got a good feel for his off-speed pitches second time through the order, and we just saw 3 in a row.
The next 0-2. Hit out towards second. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
Hey, Dan, as a former pitcher, that knock just took him to a 12-game hit streak. Is that in the packet when you're looking over the lineup?
Hey, there's no doubt about that, D-Row. You go into a pitcher's meeting, and they're making fully aware of who's hot and who's not. And trust me, they knew that he had an 11-game hitting streak. And after that knock, it's an even dozen.
Next to hit is Cole Sturgeon. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Bouncer to the left side. Barehanded on the move. How about that? No runs, a hit, 2 left. Stepping up is Tristan Random. A hit in 2 tries so far. Has a look, now the pitch. Hit back up the middle. Fielded cleanly to second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired.
Yeah, and they just keep on keeping on. Got a nice little run going here, winning 4 in a row and playing with a lot of confidence. Success is never guaranteed in this game, so you have to appreciate it when it comes.
It's time for minor league baseball. Ready now is Federico Ibarra, and we are set for baseball here this evening. Fouled away.
7 o'clock.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
Just getting blown away so far. No reason to throw anything else to speed up his bat. Just stay right there.
Hit on the ground to short. He's got it. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. D-Row, tell us about this lineup as they try to force a rubber match in the series.
This is not even a stat you probably would have even looked at 10 years ago. The fact that this team's last in walks in today's game bodes a lot of trouble. They will swing at the rosin bag. Do not expect this pitcher to come over the heart of the plate in any meaningful position, because he knows he's going to get a lot of swing and miss.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Dwight Smith Jr. comes in hitting just a hair below 300 this season. Guys, we take a look at the home 9 as they take the field tonight. They've been hot of late, winners in 4 straight.
Yeah, Matty, I'm looking forward to this one. They got their ace on the mound today. You get to the ballpark, you're ready to go. You're watching video. You know this guy is going to put his best foot forward, execute pitches to all quadrants. The opposition's got to be on point if they're going to have a chance today.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Here's a blooper out toward left center. And that's in there, base hit.
Nice AB right there. A little potential for some two-out lightning, getting the cleanup hitter to the dish after the first two batters of the inning were retired.
Jose Garcia stands in as he looks at a called strike. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled away. Smith, the runner at first with two gone. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, one man into the box. Matt Thurston, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second inning. First pitch here is hit off to the right side and fouled. It's strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower right there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just a little under that one.
So he sets him down swinging. Matt Thurston goes down to become the first out here in the second inning. Palm ball there, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Now it's 2-0.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in his zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
Hey, one of the things that makes it so tough to pitch is you consistently have to make good pitches. Even on 2-0, you just can't lay one right down the middle.
Yeah, I'm sure he wanted to nip a corner right there. But hats off, challenging 2-0 in a fastball count. He came and got some.
Into the corner and slicing foul. The 1-1. No score here as we play inning number 2. Popped him up. Howard onto the grass. He gets there, and that's the second out. So next to hit is Hideo Wada. Runners on the move for second. Pitch misses low. The throw down, and he'll be tagged out at second base. So here is Hideo Wada. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Slow little roller to third. Barehanded at his knees. Not in time. Almost got him after the great stop, but it's a base hit, and the leadoff man's on to start the inning. Into the box, Johnny Knight, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. Fouled off.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
So he sets him down swinging. Johnny Knight goes down for the first out here in inning number 3. Pitch is a called strike. The throw not in time. He's in there at second.
We all know this team is struggling right now. They're on a losing streak. So when that's the case, sometimes you need to be a little bit more aggressive and try to put some pressure on your opponents. Stolen bases are a good way of doing that. So we'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for him right now.
Krizan is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. So a runner in scoring position with 2 men gone. And up next will be Scott Heineman. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Wada at second with 2 down. 1-2 now.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
Curveball just about rung him up, but it's to 2-2. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors. And all set for the start of the inning. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Dwight Smith Jr. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And he just misses inside with the fastball there. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now, 3-2.
He must know something we don't know. That was a center cut heater with count leverage in a big spot. I don't understand why he's taking.
So he froze him for the strikeout. Dwight Smith Jr. goes down to become the first out here in the 4th. Jose Garcia is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. High in the air down the right field line. He'll take this in without much trouble, and 2 are gone here to start the 4th. Stepping in once again is Matt Thurston. Struck out in his last trip to the plate. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. That's by him for strike 1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Into the windup and the pitch. Driven nicely into the gap. He's through first and hustling for second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Yeah, this one was starting to look like it was going to be one of those 1, 2, 3 easy innings. But now all of a sudden they have the go-ahead run standing out there at second base after the 2-out double. Big moment here.
And he fouls this one off.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit.
But we'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. Now to the plate, here is Juan Martinez. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Swung on and missed. That strike 2.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1 and 2 in just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. This is foul right side. This is skied into short left center. Howard ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. So the next to bat will be Johnny Knight. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Nothing across here this half. Home half of the 5th coming up, and we still have no score. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and standing in is the DH, Federico Ibarra. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1. Ball 1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Now here's the pitch. This one's flared down the right field line. Right fielder coming on. He can't get to it. This one's down.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
No hits to this point. Krizan will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Stepping in next, Dwight Smith Jr. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. Curveball looked at here for strike 1. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball. Great job on the mound using the curveball to set up the heater.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. So the breaking ball locked him up there. Dwight Smith Jr. goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors in it. Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. This one's flared off to the right side. Barreto moving to his left. He's got it one away. Striding in is Errol Robinson. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer. This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Bases are empty, one man out. Now here's a swing and a high pop-up drifting into shallow right field. Barreto takes charge out there and he stays with it for the second out. Next, here is Juan Martinez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Strike one to start the at-bat. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. This is skied into short left center. Krizan is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So they breeze through this half. Ready to begin the 8th, and standing in the outfielder, Hideo Wada.
No, you're only down 1 right here, but the exploding stuff that's coming out of the back end of a lot of teams' bullpens. I mean, just north of 95 plus. Stuff diving all over the plate. It's gotten a lot tougher to scratch across runs against these teams' bullpens.
Fly ball out toward right field. Sturgeon is over a few steps toward the line, and he has it for the first out. So now here is Johnny Knight.
The first baseman, number 6.
Line drive, base hit to right. It's like magic or something. He's given up a boatload of hits, but they haven't been able to chase a runner home.
And that's just another base hit in a long line of many. Seems like he's been pitching from his...
The final run score for our ball game. For the victorious Tstashe, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base.
The game's future stars are on display as minor league. Dylan Peters, a lefty from Indiana, is on the mound here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you always like to begin the season on a good note. In his first start of the year, he did just that, picking up the win. There's nothing he'd like to do more than to get number 2 in this one here.
Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Swing and a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a liner. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And not in time as the run scores. Next will be the designated hitter, Tristan Random. He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard on the ground towards second. To second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out. Now to bat, Gary Morrow. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch.
Yeah, guys, well, maybe that's going to work.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1 hit, 1 left. Next to dig in, Tristan Random. From the stretch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Long run for the center fielder. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. He's set and the pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Smith is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. 8-4 tonight. The Trash Pandas.
Carlos, we often hear about the importance of day-to-day consistency, that players need to focus on maintaining their process and let results come as an offshoot of that.
Yes, that is so important. Stay process oriented. So as a matter of fact, all you want to do is have a good at bat every single time you go out there. I used to do that. I used to keep track of the quality of the at bat, not so much the result.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of... So now into the box is Tristan Random, and he'll start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow. Boy, not even close with that one, and he's behind 0-1. Yeah, the rain starting to intensify here. It's coming down a little heavier now. We'll see how much longer the umpires can wait.
Well, you could say that again, Matt. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Make sure you don't step in a poodle. I think it's time to get the grounds crew out.
Can't fault the pitcher for going back-to-back changeups right there. First pitch, he swung through. Timing looked a little off, but he went back. The batter made the adjustment and was able to drive it for a base hit.
3-0 now.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out. Digging in next, Gary Morrow. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 1-2. Line, but speared on a hop. There's one. And now, Ryan Howard, a base hit in his first trip. Now the 3-2 pitch. Heading out towards shallow right. Hamill has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And even with 2 away now, that ball just didn't get out there deep enough, so they'll hold him at third base. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Felipe Garcia. He collected a base hit his first time up. He's running. Pitch is high. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Left fielder giving chase. He's got it, and they get out of the jam unscathed. Next, it'll be Cooper Goldby. First shot for him here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago. Base hit, line drive into the corner.
Dan, after that base hit right there.
New inning set to get underway, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Tristan Random.
This is where the pressure starts to build a little bit on an offense. It's not late enough. I mean, you don't have to start panicking right now, but this is where you're looking for someone to light a spark to get back.
ready to go for the last half of the inning. And striding forward, the designated hitter, Jose Garcia. A swing and a ground ball to third. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record. And stepping in, Tristan Random. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Out in front of it, strike one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2.
So far, this has been a terrific outing for this guy. Throwing well, keeping his pitches to a minimum, locating his fastball to both sides of the plate, good command of the off-speed pitches, very little traffic on the bases. So far, he couldn't have drawn up to be any better than he has been so far in this one.
Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Grounded back up the middle. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. So they go quietly here in this half inning. This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. Chattanooga led this game from the third inning on and never wavered.
2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 13 men on base.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air. Next to stand in is Scott Heineman, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And the throw is wide as he couldn't keep his foot on the bag that time, and will have. So now to the plate, Tristan Random. He certainly had it working for him at the plate this season. The average is up over 350 entering play.
This guy's having a really good year for his age, but this is something we...
Next up is Federico Ibarra. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Popped him up. Howard is under it. No problem with this one, and the inning is over. Pretty painless half of the inning. Now at the plate, Tristan Random. A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. Next up, Tristan Random. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. No balls and a strike to count. 6th inning. 4-1 is our score. Swing and a line drive. But this will not get down quickly enough as it's pulled in out there in center, and that ends. So next to bat will be Jose Garcia. Hit by a pitch last time, perhaps looking for a little payback. Hit on the ground to third. Scooped up. To second for 1. On to first to complete the double play. Now at the plate is Tristan Random. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Swing and a line drive. And that's in there. Base hit. And not in time as the run scores. And the second run will score as well.
And you know, this run might be the one that seals this thing for good. A 3-run deficit is tough enough to overcome, but a 5-run deficit feels like it might just be a little bit too much. They don't have many outs left to work with.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And he'll go the short way to retire the side. So 2 runs on 2 hits. No error. And tonight's ends at a 6-2 finish. The Rocket City Trash Pandas jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back.
5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base.
It's time for minor league baseball. So now here is Tristan Random looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. Now the first pitch. Gets ahead of him here as he got him to swing over the top of this one. Swing and a liner, but unfortunately right at the shortstop for the second out. Up next, Tristan Random.
Now batting, designated hitter, Tristan Random.
Now here's the first offering. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Waved at and missed as he took something off there. 1-1.
Classic case of the front shoulder flying open on that off speed. Needs to stay compact and stay in the big part of the field.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Dan, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
Reined in, and the two-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. Next, it'll be Tristan Random, singled in his last at-bat. Now a swing and a little soft liner to the left side, but that'll land foul, strike one. Swing and a looper to left. Goldby ranging into the outfield. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Striding forward now is the DH. Tristan Random flew out last time up. Swing and a liner. In there, a base hit. So stepping in is Jared Libby. He flew out in his last AB. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Raul Estrada struck out in his last trip to the plate. Here's a little chopper up the middle. He's got it. One there, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the one out.
Hey, which is normally the case in these close ones. You have a one.
A player is challenged to raise the bar defensively.
The game's future stars. Now at the plate here is Raul Salinas. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First of three is underway on this Tuesday night as the opening pitch is taken for ball one. Fellas are home 9 as they begin play here this evening. They come in off another victory last time out, and now they're winners of 8 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty. Dan, this team is playing well. They're getting closer in the division race. I guess my question to you, I want to ask you, did you find that you started to really pitch better as the summer months started to get hotter?
No doubt about it. Not only does his team start feeling better, but I think you get a good vibe starting to go throughout the clubhouse. You realize that the schedule is starting to wind itself down. Every game is more important. The bigger the game, hopefully the better you play. And this team's been playing some really good baseball lately.
So he sets him down swinging. Raul Salinas is retired to kick off the inning. Gilberto Caballero is at the plate as he looks at ball one. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
High in the air down the right field line. Here now the 2-2. To third. Fielded cleanly. And there's out number 2. Now to the plate, Samir Duenas. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. Behind 0-2 now.
You're lucky if you get one pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure. 2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty.
Flip a coin right here with this next pitch. After throwing 2 fastballs to get ahead, he's been able to lay off both those off-speed pitches. Looks like he's seeing it pretty good.
Got him. Couldn't do a thing with the palm ball there. The side is retired. So a fairly painless top of the first. Second inning set to go, and that'll give way to the third baseman. Taekwondo. On Forbes, no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he'll make it in safely as he kicks off the second with a leadoff triple. So it's a lone runner all the way over at third after the error. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Las Rivera. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Fouled away. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
Yeah, I get it. They want to run this guy's pitch count up, but that was a pretty good pitch to hit. He might be kicking himself.
And no one can corral that one. Base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
There's one. On to first, and they get the double play. And now here is Nick Livingston. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Into the corner and slicing foul. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Little hesitation right there by the batter. It was great execution by the pitcher down and away, but that looked like a late swing. Could have been sitting on something else.
This pitch is popped up. Dives and he makes the catch. How about that for an exclamation point to the end? At the plate now is Ronnie Freeman. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. 1-0 the count. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one. Oh, straightened him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Again, a 1-2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Popped him up. Barreto over to his left. He's got it 1 away.
Reyna.
Set to get his evening at the plate started. Mariano Reyna trying to get it going at the plate. It's been tough sledding for him so far this year. Ball one to start the at-bat. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Swing and a miss on what appeared to be the palm ball. It's 1-2. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Raul Salinas. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Strike one to start the at-bat. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit down the third baseline. Throw to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. Digging in will be Gilberto Caballero. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And it's fouled away.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Smoked on the ground left side, and that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
I mean, that hit had to feel amazing right there. I know it's only a single, but when you're walking to the plate and you're not even hitting your weight, to see that batting average go up had to put a smile on his face.
Samir Duenas will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Caballero on at first, nobody out, fouled off.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now. To the plate now, Taekwon Forbes, and that one yanked just foul.
Boy, not the way you'd like to draw up an 0-2 pitch, D-Roll, but from a hitter's perspective, a pretty good job of staying alive 0-2.
Yeah, and he did an excellent job on the offensive side. Not to let the AB get away from him. I know he was down 0-2, but he bowled his neck and he stayed in there.
Now a swing and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
No balls and a strike to count. Now the 0-1. Strike 2 as the fastball is let go.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Laz Rivera goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Zach Remillard is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Behind 0-2 now.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night if he doesn't have a big game right here. Pulled his front shoulder and everything went with it.
A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 is a breaking ball that can't find the zone, and it's even at 2.
Now 2-2, 2 on, 2 out. This is when you have to make a pitch right here. The last thing you want to do is run.
And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Nick Livingston. In there, and it's 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now.
I'm interested to watch this next pitch right here. He got a swing on a high fastball. I wonder if he's going to pull the old Plesac and climb the ladder.
The 2-2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
So he got him swinging. Nick Livingston goes down for the first out in the 5th inning. Ronnie Freeman comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Barreto backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. Next to hit, Mariano Reyna comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And he fouls this one off. 2 out, nobody on. And another foul ball.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
Fouled away. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a...
But we'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. Nothing doing here this half. Last half of the 5th coming up. Adam Hofackett takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain.